11. Genuine ways to make money online. Assuming that you are looking for fast ways to make money, please, this video is not for you. In the event that you're searching for a side gig or another business thought, you might have pondered ways of bringing in cash on the web. At the point when you understand what you're doing, bringing in cash online is really clear. You can do it full-time or part-time right from the solace of your home. Who would have zero desire to work in the night wear and pull in some additional money? In this article, we investigate an alternate ways of bringing in cash on the web. To figure out how to bring in cash on the web, read this article beginning to end. Could I at any point bring in cash on the web? Indeed, you can bring in cash on the web. As a matter of fact, bringing in cash online is an unbelievably well-known method for procuring some additional pay or even earn enough to pay the bills. As per Seat Exploration, around 1 of every 6 Americans have brought in cash from online gig stage. From independent composition to setting up your own internet-based store, there are a lot of real ways of bringing in cash on the web. Is bringing in cash online quick? In the event that you are thinking about how to bring in cash on the web, you really must avoid pyramid schemes. For instance, there are certain individuals who might suggest online business thoughts that guarantee you can bring in cash from home for the time being. Despite the fact that there are bunches of ways of bringing in cash on the web, you want to stay focused, as individuals who guarantee that you can make a large number of dollars in only a couple of days are likely attempting to exploit you. All things being equal, it means quite a bit to zero in on genuine ways of bringing in cash, for example, virtual entertainment content creation. Despite the fact that you really should be cautious as you are searching for ways of making recurring, automated revenue from home, there are a lot of astounding thoughts out there. Assuming you are considering how to bring in cash on the web, you want to zero in on what you are as of now great at. You have gifts that a ton of others couldn't want anything more than to have, and you want to rest on them, assuming you might want to bring in cash on the web. Feel free to add a couple of thoughts, and recall that there are individuals who will help you. Set up a strong system that you can use to bring in cash on your timetable from home with a strong web association. How to make money online. As we referenced above, there are various ways that you can bring in cash on the web. Track down independent work. Independent work is the point at which you work independently and complete undertakings on an agreement premise. Regardless of whether you take on an agreement to work for an organization, you are as yet independently employed when you are a specialist. Also, there are a lot of independent positions on the web. There are a lot of independent sites that run down occupations, truth be told. Make certain to look at Upwork. They are the world's biggest independent commercial center. Upwork extends to a huge volume of remote independent positions. You will consider postings for consultants to be website specialists, project supervisors, journalists, visual architects, and different strengths. North of 15 million consultants get their work from Upwork, and it's allowed to join. There are additionally north of 2 million positions for consultants recorded on Upwork. FlexJobs and Solid Gigs are additionally superb destinations for consultants who are searching for work. As a rule, you won't need to stress over any trick occupations at FlexJobs. They research the positions completely and screen everything intently. You can secure numerous specialty positions on FlexJobs. Time is dependably cash, in any event, for a specialist. Assuming that you really want work quick, look at Solid Gigs. They sift through every one of the positions quick and afterwards send you the best ones, consequently reviewing the open doors for you. With Solid Gigs, you won't sit around idly looking at many positions recorded. Begin a YouTube channel. There are numerous ways of bringing in cash online with a YouTube channel. The most famous way is to add AdSense advertisements to your recordings. Each time somebody taps on your promotion, you bring in cash. You can likewise advance items in your recordings on YouTube by wearing or involving specific items in your recordings. Add a connection to your internet-based store to get individuals to visit your store and purchase your things, or agreement with outsider organizations to advance their items. Simply ensure you have a convincing proposal for your watchers. One more method for bringing in cash on your YouTube channel is to make supported content. Along these lines, you can create a gain by embracing marked items or making content promoting recordings. Start a dropshipping business. Dropshipping can be a basic and productive plan of action. You don't need to pay for putting away your stock, rather you go about as the go-between. Find providers online who will sell you items discount, then, at that point, mark it up and procure a benefit for yourself. From PCs and attire to adornments and well-being food, there are a huge number of providers who can furnish you with your stock. At the point when you do this, you should have a site or potentially internet business customer-facing facade of your own to market and sell the items. Take online studies. In all honesty, you can bring in cash online by taking studies. There are online review sites where you can take an overview in your extra time and bring in gift vouchers or money. Simply remember that some paid overview locales are superior to other people. Marked overviews is one method for bringing in cash online by taking studies. It's likewise a number one of many. They have a sign-up extra, contests, a dedication program, and serious payouts. You can procure up to $5 for each overview that you complete. Make a blog. Web journals are a well-known lucrative instrument since they're not difficult to make and offer many courses for adaptation. In the event that you have some information regarding a matter, you can make a web-based course and offer your skill to individuals who come to your blog. Or on the other hand, perhaps you have a blog that has practical experience in a specific subject. You could sell computerized items connected with that point, like aids, formats, digital books, and that's just the beginning, to people that visit your blog. In the event that you don't have your own merchandise to sell, you could turn into a partner advertiser. Affiliate marketing is a method for bringing in cash online by advancing others' products on your website. At the point when somebody taps on the connection, you get a commission from the supporting organization. There are a lot of member networks that have a broad rundown of organizations for you to join and turn into a subsidiary advertiser with. One more method for bringing in cash with your blog is to place AdSense promotions on it. Each time somebody taps the promotion, you bring in cash. It very well may be an extraordinary method for procuring recurring, automated revenue. Compose and distribute a digital book. Assuming you have some proportion of information on a particular point, you can constantly compose and distribute a digital book to bring in cash on the web. Simply make certain to expound on a point that is pertinent to your blog. This will build your possibilities making a deal, since your crowd comes to your blog due to your theme or specialty. You can likewise foster a pamphlet rundown and email possible purchasers about your digital book. Build websites. Today, every business needs a site. There is an immense market for website specialists, and nowadays, you don't for a moment even need to know how to code to construct a web page. Simply remember that it's ideal to pick a specialty before you begin making sites. Set up a pleasant arrangement of the site that you have made, then, at that point, get out there and market yourself. Start investing. Despite the fact that you can unquestionably investigate elective speculation systems like land and cryptographic money, remember about the customary financial exchange. There are many individuals who feel like they can't put resources into the financial exchange since they need more cash to do as such. Fortunately, there commonly is no base equilibrium to begin in the financial exchange. There are a lot of business stages out there, so you might need to investigate a fruitful YouTube channel that will make sense of the distinctions between them. Like that, you can choose the most ideal choice to address your issues. Recall that you in all actuality should be cautious when you put resources into the financial exchange. It is hard to foresee whether the market will go up or down, and any individual who guarantees that they understand what the market will in all actuality do doesn't have your well-being on a basic level. To that end, you might need to take a couple of classes, watch a couple of recordings, or read a couple of books about the financial exchange. Broadening your speculations is dependably something worth being thankful for, and you might need to consider putting resources into an industry that you know well. Sell your craft and photography. Another choice is to sell your craft and photography. On the off chance that you are an imaginative individual, you might need to consider offering your inventive items to begin bringing in cash on the web. For instance, on the off chance that you love taking pictures of creatures, you could possibly sell them on the web. Or on the other hand, on the off chance that you have a skill for taking pictures of individuals, you might need to get recruited as a photographic artist. You ought to attempt to exploit different virtual entertainment showcasing systems that can assist you with getting your name out there. Like that, more individuals will find out about your craft and photography, and they will be keen on the administrations you give. Remember that workmanship comes in many shapes and structures. You may be talented with a paintbrush, or you may be gifted with a PC. Advanced fine art has become exceptionally famous during the beyond couple of years, and you should utilize your abilities with the PC to create computerized work of art for others. With such countless individuals keen on beginning an internet-based business or their own web-based store, you could try and have the option to deliver work of art and photography that can serve as a logo for another organization. Remember to request that your clients leave audits that can assist you with extending your web-based presence. Like that, you can create more business for yourself. Become an online translator. One more method for bringing in cash online is through deciphering. Do you communicate in a subsequent language? Provided that this is true, you may be astounded at exactly how much cash somebody could pay you for your administrations. Today, we experience a daily reality such that is more worldwide than any other time in recent memory. On the off chance that you can communicate in a subsequent language, you will promptly turn out to be more attractive basically all over the place. There are various sorts of interpretation projects you can deal with. For instance, you might need to act as a distant interpreter in a discussion. In the event that a specialist is struggling with conveying data to a patient, they could choose to recruit an interpreter to assist with working with the discussion. You will pay attention to what one individual says, decipher it for the other individual, and ensure they comprehend what you have said. Then, at that point, you can interpret the data back for the specialist. This is one choice accessible, and you could possibly make your own timetable. Or on the other hand, you could possibly get a new line of work making an interpretation of records to bring in cash on the web. For instance, in the event that somebody needs to present a report to the court in another dialect, they could enlist an interpreter to assist them with doing as such. Contingent upon the sort of interpretation you need to do, you might need to take various tests or procure specific accreditations. It ultimately depends on you to conclude how much cash you need to make as an interpreter. Take online reviews and surveys. There are a lot of review open doors out there. You want to consider cautiously about which opportunity is best for your necessities. For instance, some web-based overviews will generally zero in on a particular region. Other overviews will request that you watch a video before you take a study about what you have quite recently watched. Remember that different studies have various techniques for pay also. Some overview projects will offer you a reward only for joining. Other overview projects will store cash into an internet-based represent you. There are likewise reviews that will furnish you with unwaveringness focuses that you can cash out for a gift voucher to a most loved store or cafe. Recollect that you won't really be qualified for each overview you see. You really want to contemplate what review programs are best for your experience. Like that, you can amplify the cash you make per study. Sell your old garments. You may be keen on beginning an online web-based business or your own internet-based store. There are a lot of choices accessible, so consider offering your old garments to bring in cash on the web. There are a lot of stores that would joyfully list your garments for a little charge. For the most part, these internet-based programs take a level of each and every deal. Remember this when you are sorting out some way to value your garments. In the event that you investigate your storage room, there is a decent opportunity that there are garments in there that you have not worn for over a year. You might need to take out all of the garments in your storeroom and separation them into various heaps. One heap may be for garments that you need to keep, while another heap may be for garments you need to give. At long last, you ought to have a third heap of garments that you need to offer to bring in cash. Ensure you take great pictures and match your garments with alluring item portrayals. Make a podcast. At long last, you might need to ponder making a digital broadcast to bring in cash on the web. Digital broadcasts have become more famous today than they at any point were previously. Heaps of individuals appreciated paying attention to digital recordings since they can pay attention to them from pretty much any place. Certain individuals like paying attention to them in the vehicle since they can pay attention to a digital broadcast rather than plugs on the radio. Others like to pay attention to a webcast as they cook supper or do clothing. Alt text, starting around 2022, there are more than 2.4 million webcasts universally with over 383.7 million digital recording audience members all over the planet. You really want to contemplate what you know best. Then, attempt to begin a web recording about it. For instance, in the event that you comprehend how to begin a business, you might need to make a digital recording about it. Or on the other hand, assuming you love cooking, you might need to make a web recording that examines various recipes. There are a lot of choices accessible, and you can ponder how you need to structure your digital broadcast. Would you like to welcome individuals for interviews? Would you like to make your web recording as a talk? You might try and need to gather criticism from your audience members to see what they might want to find out about straight away. Ways to bring in cash on the web. Before you set off on a mission to bring in cash on the web, remember these fundamental tips. Look out for tricks. Whichever strategy you decide for bringing in cash on the web, taking care of business first is dependably significant. Exploration to create sure that the open door is real and not a trick. On the off chance that conceivable, read audits and do some examination prior to chasing after a web-based lucrative open door. Market yourself. It means a lot to stand apart from the group while endeavoring to bring in cash on the web. For instance, assuming that you're an independent visual planner, you could utilize MailChimp to make a site that grandstands your plan portfolio and gives contact data so potential clients can connect with you. Seek after your inclinations. While you're picking a method for bringing in cash on the web, pick something that you appreciate doing. Being enthusiastic about your work can make for a more rewarding business and a superior encounter on your end. Indisputably. While you might imagine that bringing in cash online is only an unrealistic fantasy, it isn't. There are a lot of ways that you can bring in cash on the web. Huge number of individuals do it consistently, and you can make it happen as well. Nonetheless, to bring in cash on the web, you need to lay out an internet-based presence and market yourself. If you like this videos, subscribe and not forget to hit the notification so that you will be notified when we upload new videos. I know you have something on your mind. Please share your thought on the comment section and don't forget to like. It will help our channel to grow. Thanks for watching. Check out on our next video. You will surely like it.